Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on our annual Martin Luther King Oratorical Contest. Usually, this contest is done live in front of an audience of peers, faculty and staff, and a few family members. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we have to do things differently to remain safe for all parties. With that being said, that brings us into what the topic is for our Martin Luther King Oratorical Contest, which is COVID-19, how it has impacted my life, and if I had the power to change it, what would I do? We have some good speeches for you, and please enjoy what we have as we present to you. Once again,
my name is Gavin Ring, and I'm going to share with you how COVID-19 has impacted me and how I hope we can get through this. I attend Mayport Middle School, and we wear masks for our protection. Furthermore, we regularly follow safety procedures such as washing our hands, using hand sanitizer, staying 6 feet apart, checking our temperatures, and telling an adult if we feel unwell. Several people have quarantined after being exposed to the virus. And sadly, one of our schoolmates has passed away from COVID-19 earlier this year. That was a wake-up call for all of us to be careful in protecting ourselves. My peers and I all agree that the pandemic has created new challenges for us in our daily lives. These are obviously more severe than the usual hazards that students my age faced in normal times, like kids teasing others, taking things without permission, or running with scissors. And I, for one, have felt powerless because even the adults seem not to have the answers. Even in these strange times, I am optimistic that we have the power to make things better for our society. If I had the authority, I would have quarantined the city a lot faster to help prevent the spread of the virus. I also would have made sure we give priority to physicians, caregivers, and people over the age of 65 to receive the vaccine with the goal of including the entire community as resources are available. I, however, must be realistic in my thinking and actions and must continue to do what I can as a young citizen. If we all do our part, we will not have to live in fear of contracting the virus. We should be able to live our lives as close to normal as possible if we are reasonable and responsible and safe. Not only has the pandemic affected my life inside of school, it also has affected my personal life outside of school. To comply with CDC guidelines, we wear masks in public places like stores, hospitals, restaurants, movie theaters, gyms, and even family events. There are many places like churches that aren't open due to the virus. When I go out, I always make sure to wear my mask, wash my hands for at least 20 seconds, and stay 6 feet apart from others to ensure our common safety. While I understand that this pandemic is something we have not experienced before in a long time, we will always face things in life that we cannot control. COVID-19 will be here for a while, and there's nothing that we can do about it. What we can do is make good choices and take right precautions to stay healthy in these fearful times. I suppose the most important way that COVID-19 has affected me and our community has a greater focus on our health and well-being. Whatever comes of this problem, whatever else comes our way, I have faith that we as good citizens have the solutions to make it through. Stay safe and use caution.
6th grade, and today I'm going to be talking about the way that COVID has affected my life. First, virtual school is not the best. Sometimes the teachers lag out, some people mute the teachers, and you can also kick the teacher out of the meeting. So you have to stop the lesson. So virtual is not the best. Sometimes the students have the same problems. But I don't want to make it seem like regular school is the best. In regular school, you have to wear a mask all day. I know it's to protect you from COVID, so I have to get used to it. I don't like the mask because you have to put them around your ears and it hurts. And it's so hot when you wear them. Another thing is that you can't go see your family because you have a chance to catch the virus because you're not around them a lot. Another thing is that crowds have a lot of people involved in it, and they can be bunched up, and someone's mask can be down, and the whole crowd can get sick. But how are we going to go to fun places without being in a crowd? That's all the things about COVID in my life. If I had the authority to make changes, I would make people schedule a time to go, and that way no one will be able to be there but you. But when they go, another person will come. One person can't schedule the same time as one person, as another person. This is all the things that I would do if I had the authority to make a change.
COVID-19 has affected my life in many ways, like having me to stay at home, having to wear a mask, not able to go places I like, having to do homeschool, having to speak online with my friends, having to feel sad staying inside of the house, unable to visit any of my family members, and having to do more exercise than I usually do. Those are just a few things I remember that affected me since the virus started. Some changes I put in are limit traveling. They should not open or reopen any adventure parks or water parks. Limit restaurants reopen. Limit the amount of people in the stores and businesses to about 30 people or less. Keep soaps and hand sanitizers at every business place, store, restaurant, and everybody should wear a mask. Wear a mask. If I could change anything in my generation, it would be changing the way people use plastic. It is a really big problem. I would start by stop using plastic in all and use eco-friendly bottles, plates, fork, and etc. Because plastic takes up to 450 years to break down. Another thing I would do is change the way people in my generation use social media sites and apps like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and etc. I would change those because people spend between 5 to 10 hours on those apps, and they miss out on a lot of things, like, for example, family time and sleep and etc. Those are some reasons why I would change those things in my generation.
Who could have imagined our world as we knew it just stopped? The enemy had arrived. Its mission to kill and destroy anything and everyone in its path. Who was that enemy? Coronavirus disease 19, but as we call it, COVID-19. Those 5 letters in 2 numbers paralyzed our whole nation and shook up the whole world. And that also includes me and my family. Let me tell you how COVID-19 has affected my life. When COVID decided to take over our country, I could not go to school. I know some people might say it's cool to be out of school, but not me and my sisters. My mom always tells us how important getting a good education is. So we love to go to school each day, and we do our best to make her proud. With no school, that means we can't really learn the things we should to be successful. Also, I had to abruptly leave my favorite teacher, Ms. Robinson, and my friends. That was just awful. Also, because of the virus, we couldn't visit our family members. Yeah, we could use Zoom or FaceTime to talk, but there is nothing like getting one of those big hugs from Gigi Mom. I miss those the most. No family visits,
not seeing my friends. Could it get any worse? Of course it did. When school started back in August, I didn't go back. I had to be virtual because the cases were rising. My sisters and I had to make the best of things, and we did just that. Technology became our best friend. When we were not studying, we played Roblox and learned all of the latest TikTok challenges. We were able to learn about cool academic websites and also learn how to use different communication apps to keep in touch with our friends. I guess it's fair to say COVID has had me productive. Although COVID can be a terrible thing, it made us learn new things that have been very helpful to us. So let's just be real about things. COVID-19 is not just going to stop. Well, no time soon anyway. So what can we do in the meantime to slow it down? I'm glad you asked. Here are some things I think can help us do just that. First, everyone should wear face masks when out in public. When everyone wears a mask, it helps the germs spread slowly. When people should practice social distancing, they should stay at least 6 feet apart no matter where they are. We should all practice good hygiene and wash and sanitize our hands often. To sum it all up, the hand sanitizer will do the disinfecting part or kill those horrible germs, while the mask does the stop spreading the germs part. Now just one more change I think I should do. To keep the places that we enjoy the most, like malls, stores, amusement parks, we need to limit the amount of people that are there and limit the amount of time that they are open. When there are less people in a space, the virus is less likely to spread. And when shops close early, this will give owners time to disinfect and make things safer for us to enjoy. Well, I can't predict how long this virus will be around, but I do know we have to make changes in order to help it go away. The changes that we make will prevent the enemy from taking complete control over our lives. Thank you.
I'm in the 5th grade, and today I'll be talking about COVID-19, how it has affected me, and if I had the authority, what changes would I put into place? The changes COVID-19 made has affected me because first we have to wear masks, and masks are very annoying because they slip off your face and your nose, and sometimes they are too thick so you can't breathe. And masks are sometimes too small or too big to have to try to find one that fits your face right. Another thing that affected me was virtual school. Virtual school is really hard, and sometimes if it's raining, you can't even get on. And sometimes teachers have trouble showing tests of doing everything from a computer. And personally, I think learning from virtual is very hard. One last thing that has affected me is social distancing. Social distancing is hard because us as people are not used to it, especially kids. We are used to being up close. But when COVID-19 hit, it was very hard to social distancing, especially from felt loved ones. But if I have the authority to fix COVID-19, first I would give people extra money because a lot of families, dads and moms, lost their jobs due to COVID-19. So I would give them extra money to help feed their families and kids. The second thing I would do is give the schools more money because a lot of teachers have to buy supplies for students, and they, due to COVID-19, probably don't even have that much money for their families. And with working with kids all day during COVID, they are risking their own lives and health for kids who all need to learn. And last but not least, I would give all doctors, nurses, and hospitals in general a very high raise for risking their life for people all around the world. So I might not solve COVID, but I would solve lots of problems for people who have them due to COVID-19. So stay safe and wear your mask.
To begin with, my name is Christian Kirkable. I am I'm in I'm a fifth grader in a patrol at Pinedale Elementary. COVID-19 has changed my life in so many ways. It has affected me personally in social and educational aspect. But I know around the city of Duval it's affecting others as well. With social distancing, we now separate ourselves from other parts of society. This has made me feel very much disconnected from my friends. Humans are made to be out and about and socialize with beings on Earth. These unfortunate events have led many people to be disconnected from society. In addition, Team Up has helped me a lot during this crisis. Just for a couple hours, I'm able to forget about the real world and have a good time. This is because the after-school program has made so many fun and educational activities to partake in. The virtual aspect has helped me still talk to people and meet new people as well. After school has helped me through a lot of things in my life these past couple of months. So I know for sure it helps other kids through these tough times. Furthermore, if I couldn't change anything, it would be to take away COVID-19 and have things back normalized. So we don't have to wear a mask, children could play normally with each other, we could hug our loved ones and friends, we could cough and sneeze without getting sideways looks, without people thinking we have the virus. In conclusion, most importantly, COVID-19 has taught me to love your loved ones and don't take life for granted because tomorrow is not promised. If I could have one wish, it would be to save everyone's life and bring back those loved ones so many people have lost. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to hear my speech.
For my generation, I would change teenage gun violence. My examples of teenage gun violence are a shooting located at Callaway Cove Apartments on West Moncrief Road. The shooting was by 4 teams, an 18-year-old boy named Keishan Lester, 2 17-year-old boys named Keishan Glover and Owen Cosman, and lastly, as the getaway driver, a 14-year-old girl named Elena Steers. A man named Pastor John Gunn spoke about youth gun violence. This is something that not only destroys individual lives, but it adds so much of a stain and mark on our community. Our generation needs to stand up together and stop teenage or youth gun violence to have a better generation for us and for the next generations to come.
My name is Janae Everhart. I'm a 5th grade, and this is my essay about how COVID has affected me in many ways. COVID-19 has affected me in many ways. COVID-19 has affected my schools, trips, and social life. Has COVID-19 affected you? Before COVID-19, I went on many trips. Now, it's very rare for me to go on trips. I usually go on trips for holidays, birthdays, vacations, and more. Now I never go. The place I go to the most is in Orlando. I go to Orlando because my sister goes to UCF and my auntie and grandma lives in Orlando. I usually go to Georgia, but not all the time. We usually go to Georgia for fun. Have you ever went on a trip? School has changed a whole bunch because of the rules, and that we have to wear masks and more. Before COVID-19, we had very much safety rules, but not as much as we do now. We have to stay 6 feet away, wear masks, and more. Do you wear masks? Well, you should. It helps keep the COVID away from you. Do you have as much as safety rules now? Has your social life got worse through the quarantine? Mine definitely has. I've been spending less time with my friends, going to less places. Have you been to your friend's house lately? Well, I definitely haven't. Going to my friend's house is the most fun I have. And when COVID hit hard, did you stop going to the store? Well, I did. My mom gets her food delivered and more. COVID-19 has affected my life in many ways. How about you? I've been affected with COVID-19 in many ways, like I don't go to many trips, school, and social life. How has your life been affected?
How COVID-19 has affected my life, and what will I do if I was Dr. Fauci and work for the CDC by Christian Tompkins. Dear COVID-19, my name is Christian Tompkins. I am a 5th grade student at Andromeda Elementary, home of the R3, Robinson Rising Rockets. You have taken a lot from me this past year due to this pandemic. Because of you, my life has changed in many ways due to this virus, but I'm only going to tell you in a few ways. To begin with, you have taken a lot from me since March 2020. My birthday is in March, and I could not have a birthday party last year, and I may not have one this year. I had to spend my birthday with my mom and dad. They got me really good gifts, but I still wanted to have a birthday party and spend time with friends and family. You only turn 10 once. Meanwhile, while I'm a fifth grade student and a safety patrol captain, this is my last elementary school year. I will not be able to attend a safety patrol trip to Washington, D.C. this school year. I've been looking forward to being a safety patrol and going on this trip since kindergarten. In addition, I have looked forward to doing fun stuff and events with my fifth grade class this year. However, these events I dreamt of will be canceled. I will not also get a fifth grade promotion in ceremony which I had to dress up and be recognized. Everything that I do now has to be virtual. Do you want to know how I feel? I feel terrible and upset. Needless to say, this virus made me think about what I'd do if I was Dr. Fauci and the CDC to end this pandemic. I would stick to the facts and continue to tell people that the virus is dangerous. Many people had died or still recovering after weeks of having it. My parents had it. I've read what happen to them. I will enforce stricter rules for those who will not wear a mask or practice social distance. Those who break the rules have to pay a fine. I also will invent medicine that will fight against all coronaviruses, so we will not have to see another pandemic like this one. To conclude, my world has changed due to you and this pandemic. These very difficult times have shown to appreciate all good things like family, friends, church, and school. As I sit here and read you this, I just want to be able to eat at a restaurant and visit my family in Alabama. I want to be able to have a birthday party and go on field trips with my school. People have lost loved ones, jobs, businesses, and homes. You have families and communities that lost their businesses too. As I say to you, COVID-19, we are going to fight our way through this pandemic respectfully, peacefully, and stronger than ever. By Christian Tompkins.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, on February 11, 2020, the World Health Organization announced an official name for the disease that is causing the 2019 novel coronavirus outbreak. COVID-19 is a new disease caused by a new coronavirus that has not previously been seen in humans. Because it is a new virus, scientists are learning more each day. Although most people who have COVID-19 have mild symptoms, COVID-19 can also cause severe illnesses and even death. How did COVID-19 affect my life? Well, here is my version. Most of my family has had COVID-19. I've never gotten it. However, my mother, my stepdad, and my little sister all contracted COVID. It was awful. My stepfather was the first to contract COVID-19. He realized he was sick because he had headaches, stomach aches, he even had the chills. When my sister contracted it, she had zero symptoms. She was just running around the house like a crazy person. My mother had it the worst of them all. I had to take care of everyone. I felt like an 11-year-old first responder, but most of the times, I felt like a nurse. We had to stay home for 5 months. During the 5 months, I could not see my friends or any of my family members. I didn't even go to school. School, it was online. I thought it was going crazy. All I did was take care of my mom, my sister, and help my stepdad when I could. When my family was finally cleared from COVID, it was a huge sigh of relief. Yes. What changes would I put into place? I can answer that question very easily. I would be the COVID-19 police. Hey, put your mask on. You over there, pull your mask up. Stay 6 feet away from each other and wash your hands. I do not like this virus, so I need all of us to work together to stop it.
Good afternoon. My name is Alan. I attend Rachel Middle School. I am in 6th grade, and this is my speech of how COVID-19 affected my life. During the Black History Month, I was studying quotes from the Civil Rights Movement. I stumbled on the MLK junior quote that caught my eye. It stated, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness on the light of the back. Hate cannot drive out hate on the love of the back." The first part about darkness and light really struck out to me. It relates to how I felt during this whole pandemic. Lighter days are ahead despite everything that's going on. COVID-19 caused quite a bit of stress on me and my family because everything had stopped as the market struck us. COVID-19 ruined my fifth grade year semester and put everything on hold, especially my education for 6 months. It was like starting school all over again. I was already an average student at least, Pioneer Elementary, but due to COVID-19, my focus was on my family, staying as a commitment. So unfortunately, my grades were moved on home on the next. So when I arrived to Lakeshore Middle School, my reality set in as my average. Due to being on the move on home for what felt like 25 days, it was a really long time. I had came up with ideas of how I would change things. First, I would have more student input and charge assessment. Also, more efforts related to me. We learned instead of stuff we learned in the beginning of the year. Second, instructors. Instructors online need to have more compassion and understanding of time and money management for a family. Even though teachers were doing their job, they were very young issues with us. The main issue was grades, but most families could not afford Wi-Fi or didn't even have computers. Somehow, all of the teachers online did not seem to care. Third, though the stimulus helped, it did not help by much. If I had to change anything for the country, the stimulus would have increased its amount. 1,200? No. 2,500. A little more truly goes a long way. The added money from the stimulus could have helped a lot more people in my area that I stay in. Due to financial stress of COVID-19, a lot of my friends and family had to do this office stress. Due to being in quarantine, it made my home stressful. My parents' work life, my siblings moving away from me, and added aspect of trying to start over with school and sport. Everything really put things in perspective. Our focus was on family. We started communicating more, eating more together, and hanging out whenever we could. With a little more positivity in household, the grades improved. My AP average was finally back. Once school came back into play, I was able to get more one-on-one time with my teachers and help with school and teamwork. All in all, I believe that everything happens for a reason. This pandemic helped put things in motion. Another quote that I saw is Gandy, and it states, "Action expresses priorities. The future depends on what we do and how we present it." I guess that means whenever you face trouble, it's up to you to fix it and have a clear mindset of trouble on your way. Thank you for your time.
That was Jalen Allen of Lakeshore Middle School. She's in 6th grade. Thank you all for your cooperation, judges. You guys have a great and successful day.
Hello, everybody. My name is Anthony Salem. I'm a circuit court judge here in Jacksonville, Florida. I enjoyed reading your essays regarding the Martin Luther King Jr. Oratorical Contest regarding COVID, how it impacted you, and what changes you would make. Your essays were outstanding, and I enjoyed watching your presentations. Good luck.
Good morning. My name is Kenneth Darity, and I'm the Chief Programs Officer with the Kids Hope Alliance. I want to take this time to say thank you to communities and schools for allowing me to participate in this year's MLK Oratorical Contest. Public speaking can be one of the most fearful experiences for an individual. So to the youth who participated in this year's contest, I want to say I'm very, very proud of you. I was very impressed with the creativity, poise, and passion displayed in delivering of your speeches. It is evident this year has impacted all of our lives, and I too am hopeful next year things will be much, much different. So congratulations again to all of the participants, and God bless everyone. Thank you.
Hello, I want to thank all of you for doing such an awesome job on your speeches. You all did well. You were all brave for doing it. I know it's very difficult at a young age to speak in public, but it's something that's going to help you for the rest of your life. So keep doing it. Keep talking in front of people. Always volunteer to express yourself. Good luck and thank you. I enjoyed listening to all your speeches.